Now, A, a lot of these guys are washed up. B, a lot of these guys are overrated. And C, a mixture of A and B.
So now is favourite heel.
Mm-hmm.
You go.
No, I just went.
Okay. So my favourite heel is Vince.
Okay.
I've gone for this for so many reasons. That's awkward.
Not now, bad.
Oh.
Carry on.
So
Don't trust him.
my favourite heel is Vince McMahon.
Uh-huh.
The reason being, he's just, he is the heel.
Does it not annoy you that there was never any payoff?
To what him?
I know there was a little bit because he had matches, but it was just him getting dragged around, and I didn't really.
He was an arsehole. No one, I didn't like it.
I get what you mean.
And he was a real arsehole.
I'm just playing.
He was arsehole in real life.
I'm just playing devil's advocate in the fact that it's a bit like
People
this.
will come at me and say, yeah, there's many more heels.
They come at
you know what I mean? They will come at me.
Everyone's going to agree with you, but I'm just
you've got
pissing
Ric
about.
Flair. Ric Flair's a brilliant heel. He was a brilliant heel.
He's probably the best of all
Mr.
time.
Perfect was a quality heel. He done it back in the day. He done real good heel work.
If you're talking real heel, Ric Flair, I don't want to say invented it because I didn't watch it before, but I feel like he reinvented what a heel was.
Yeah.
But anyway, carry on with it.
No, that's kind of it. There's not much to say about him.
It just always annoyed me, even with Stone Cold. Obviously, I loved that rivalry. I'm not going to sit here and lie. It was amazing to watch. Everyone wants to beat up their boss once in a while. No disrespect to any bosses listening. But it always annoyed me that you couldn't. He wasn't fighting back in the matches, and he was getting dragged about, and it was I don't know. It was just like I always wanted him to be better at wrestling for there to be a payoff. That's what always annoyed me about it.
Do you think Shane does that now? Well, I suppose he's not. Shane's not nasty, but Shane can wrestle. Yeah,
Shane's a decent wrestler.
So, do you think?
Not now.
Maybe. Do you think Shane might be able to get like that at some point as he gets older?
He's certainly a lot better than Vince is, but he's not a proper wrestler. So, especially like the Survivor Series match. I mean, how painful was that to watch?
Yeah,
and that botch as well. But anyway,
yeah.
It always annoyed me, and everyone always says that Stone Cold versus Vince is the greatest rivalry of all time. And in terms of what it did to the business, it is. But if you're looking at it from a wrestling perspective, they didn't have any matches, so I can't have a feud best feud ever without any matches.
No, they didn't really, did they?
They did. They had
one
Massacre. They had two because there was that one, and there was Vince and Shane versus Stone Cold for control of WWE. Yeah. So they did have a couple of matches, and they had that one where he had his hand tied behind his back, but that didn't really ever happen. But there wasn't really it was great to watch.
Okay.
And the best thing that they did with that is they planted people into it. So they planted Undertaker in, they planted The Rock into face, and they had people representing Vince. Which I think is kind of what they should be doing now with Shane, but again for another time.
Yeah. Okay. You favourite?
So my favourite heel of all time. Sorry, camera shot. Was Kurt Angle. Simple as, because I wanted Kurt Angle on something.
I was okay.
I fucking love Kurt Angle.
I was shocked with that.
I did also say The Rock, just because I loved Hollywood Rock.
I definitely like. Well, I'll go back on mine in a minute, but The Rock, I find him better as a face. But
yeah, Kurt Angle, I thought he was one of the best heels of all time.
Any reasons for that? Or
I think like listening to the podcast and stuff where the people that know him when he first started talk about, and is it the Bruce Pritchard one? I think it's the Bruce Pritchard one with Stone Cold where he says about he was doing like a white meat babyface promo.
Yeah.
And I can't remember what wrestler it was. I'm sure it's one of the Funks. And they said that's amazing, like because they're a bit old school.
Yeah.
And someone just turned around and went, "That's the best heel promo I've ever seen." Because he was going, "I'm an Olympic champion. I've done this. I'm amazing. I'm an American hero. I'm this." And that I think that's why he's such a good heel, because he was just saying things that he did. But somehow you hated him. Like, all these things should have been amazing things. But you hated him.
No one likes
like, as a kid, I hated him. I didn't want him to win any matches. Now I watch everyone and want him to win. But then I hated him. And that's why I think he's a good heel, because he made you hate him. Special shout out to Triple H as well.
And The Miz at the moment, because he is getting it right. Favourite face?
So this, just to clarify, we had rules where we said this couldn't be the same as your favourite wrestler of all time. So that's why it's not Steve. Steve, that's no terms, eh?
Hi, Steve.
I said The Rock, but I wasn't really very happy with that.
No, I've gone for The Rock. So you've got to go for someone else.
I think because it's obvious.
But we were watching earlier.
It's amazing. It's amazing to watch.
Where he can stop chanting my name, and then people just go.
Yeah.
He had the crowd. Everyone wanted to watch him. Everyone shut up. You don't get that anymore.
Well, he'd stop talking and people would chant his name.
Yeah, but you don't. Yeah, but he commanded the crowd. He was funny.
Yeah.
He was. Then he played a heel well. Yeah, maybe he's the greatest of all time.
But yeah, I loved him as Hollywood Rock. Like when he was doing the Rock concerts and stuff. That's why I loved him. I probably loved him more as a heel, because he was funnier in the ring, which is probably what you should really want for a wrestler. And he made you so annoyed at him because he was just cheating all the time. That's why I think he's a better heel.
Fair.
And also because of his rivalry with Steve, with Austin, where it was always better when he was the heel.
Well, that makes perfect sense.
I think that's probably why, because I'm obsessed with Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Okay, Stone Cold or Kevin Owens?
What, favourite?
Tough one, yeah.
Stone Cold is
on.
not even.
Okay.
That's not like.
But you're like you're proper.
Give Kev 10
Owens,
years.
Yeah.
Give Kev 10 years.
Give Kev 10 years.
And he might be at that level.
But yeah.
Not yet.
Favourite authority figure?
Oh, we're back to it.
Are you going?
No, you
I
go.
think you should go. I didn't actually put one down.
Oh.
So I think you should go.
Okay, Commissioner Foley. Not General Manager Mick Foley, because he's shit.
Why Commissioner Foley?
Because he was funny.
Yes.
I know I say that a lot. I probably shouldn't say that about wrestling. Anyway, he was funny.
But it's meant to be funny. It's pantomime.
Especially with Edge and Christian. Some of the funniest skits of all time.
And Kurt, again.
And Kurt, yeah. He was weird still. Like, he still played that kooky character. He had his office set up in weird places. He was the perfect foil for any of the heels on the roster at the time, especially Triple H.
Do you think he's not getting left to his own?
The point was before.
Why is that not happening now?
The point was before that when he was commissioner, he had power, much like Stephanie has power now over the general manager. He had power, or
to do anything.
Appeared to have power,
yeah,
over everything. So he just did what the fuck he wanted. Looked like he did what the fuck he wanted. And that's what made him so amazing. He just made whatever match he wanted. He was relatively, fair, but he did what the fuck he wanted. He didn't care what anyone thought. And every now and again, a bit like now actually, he'd stop and lose his shit. Like, he'd start screaming at someone.
Yeah.
And you'd remember that he is this, hardcore legend.
Yeah. I think we should wrap it up now.
Yeah.
Personally, if you don't... we could go on the other two, but I think that's...
I want to talk about tag teams.
Okay.
Just because...
Tag teams? Favourite tag team?
Fuck. Okay.
Hey.
Edge and Christian.
Why?
Because they're brilliant. They're great at wrestling.
Good.
They were hilarious. Why am I always about funny?
You do, because that's what you like. It makes you... you know what I mean? Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, you've got people that were in a tag team. I can't think of any off the top of my head now.
Dudley Boys.
Hardy Boys. Yeah. But the Dudley Boys are
Too
funny.
cool.
They weren't as funny, but yeah. But that's what I mean. They were very two-dimensional.
Mm-hmm.
Edge and Christian, again, back to the same thing. People that get let to do what they want and show their true self, show their funny side, that's what works.
As we've watched on
and
the
how do you
the
not
Edge and
know
Christian
that?
show.
But yeah, but Edge and Christian show. I think with them, I didn't have a tag team. Again, Spot Monkey here. I loved the Hardy Boys back in the day.
It's funny because they made that. Must have they made that.
Yeah, they made it up. But but no, it's brilliant. They were brilliant. All three of them.
But they didn't learn. They were obviously they learned to wrestle when they were very young. They were like 23, I think, when they made their debut.
But they weren't really.
But I don't think they were
backyard, didn't they?
Yeah, I think Matt was always the more wrestly of the two. He still is now.
Yeah.
He's not really like a Spot Monkey. He did stupid things, but not as bad as Jeff.
They never told a story really. Did they?
There was no. It was like they did in the tables, ladders, and chairs matches. Both of them.
But that's probably not them leading.
No,
it's
the collective.
Sexton. What's his name? Sexton Hardcastle.
Which you still need to get his t-shirt.
I love that. But yeah,
those
Edge
two.
and Christian, probably the Dudley boys. Well, I bet you they led quite a bit for those matches because they were more.
Yeah, they were
veterans, weren't they? They came
multiple times.
I don't need to tell you the history.
Multiple company tag team champions.
If you're watching this, I'm hoping you like wrestling a lot.
No, it's just going to be most of our mates trying to laugh at us.
Probably. Probably.
This is what we're really like, friends.
Yeah. Nerds.
No,
you're not a nerd. You are a nerd. Don't give me that. Right, okay. So you talked tag teams, we talked everything else.
That's a really shit one to end it on. We should have planned that better.
Yeah, we should have, but we didn't. So, share it with your friends, comment below, and just hope you enjoyed it. Thanks. What was that? Yeah.